Good morning, everyone. This is BizChicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today we are here talking tech in English with our Tech Diva Weekly. I'm here with my co-host, Ms. Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. I'm Terralina from California Cover Ups, and we are the Biz Chicks. We always like to get started with a little history. So I'm going to ask Fran, what's happened in tech this week? How you doing, Fran?
Hey,
Hey.
good morning, everybody watching live on the replay and over in Clubhouse. Okay, so let's talk a little history from tech. Um, August 9th, 1898, the U.S. Patent Office awards patent number 608845 to Rudolf Diesel for his diesel internal combustion engine. And then the first email from space, August 9th, 1991, astronauts aboard the Space Shuttle Atlantis mission STS 43 uses an Apple Macintosh portable computer to send what is considered the first email from space. Using the Apple Link online service, Atlantis astronauts Shannon Lucid and James C. Adamson sent the following message. Hello, Earth. Greetings from the STS 43 crew. This is the first Apple Link from space. Having a great time. Wish you were here. Send cryo and RCSs. Hasta la vista, baby. We'll be back. The Apple Link software on the Macintosh was specifically configured to connect to NASA's communication system, which allowed the shuttle to interface with Apple's proprietary network from space. The Macintosh Portable itself only had very minor modifications to operate in space. Still not going. First lunar orbiter launched. August 10th, 1966, the first lunar orbiter, creatively named Lunar Orbiter 1, is launched. Its primary mission is to photograph potential landing sites for future Apollo missions. Hey, Beverly. August 11th, 2003, Windows gets blasted. The blaster worm, also known as MS Blast or Loveson, begins to spread on the internet, infecting Windows XP and Windows 2000 computers. The primary symptom of the worm was crashing of the RPC service, which would trigger the computer to shut itself down and reboot as shown in the graphic. Can't see the graphic here, but there is a graphic. Microsoft estimated the number of machines infected between 8 and 16 million. Damage caused by the worm was estimated at 320 million. That was August 11th in 2003. And I'm going to put a pin right there and express to everyone the importance of doing your when they give you upgrades to do them. When they tell you, okay, we have a software update, please do them, because they're not just trying to get you on the latest and greatest. Some things are security for your security. Beverly, did you want to chime in or say anything?
My apologies. I didn't even realize my mic was on.
Oh, no worries. But welcome to the show. So do your security updates. August 12th, 1960, Echo 1, the world's first communication satellite, is launched. Technically, Echo 1 was a passive reflector, as communication signals were bounced off of it rather than retransmitted as modern satellites do today. And then our next story, August 12th, 1981, IBM introduces its first personal computer, the IBM PC Model 5150. IBM originally intended this model to be a stopgap computer that would allow them to quickly tap into the emerging personal computer market while taking the time to develop a real PC that would give them time to develop a real PC. It was developed in under a year by a team of 12 with the goal of rapid release to the market. Therefore, this team was allowed to work outside of the normal IBM development process and use whatever off-the-shelf components were allowed for quick development. This overriding goal of developing something as quickly as possible had monumental unintended consequences for IBM and the computer industry. By compromising quality for rapidity, for speed, the design of the IBM forced software programs to resort to inelegant methods of software development, hindering the reliability and compatibility of their software. This laid the groundwork for the reputation of the PC as error-prone and frustrating to use. Oh, so that's where that came from. The use of common components and the choice of Microsoft's DOS as the PC's operating system allowed other companies to quickly clone the IBM PC. They also allowed Microsoft to license their DOS to other companies, giving Microsoft control of the operating system market. Ultimately, these choices led to IBM's loss of control of the platform. IBM never did really get a chance to create their real PC because IBM was the 800-pound gorilla of the business world at the time. So they were a big company trying to do something to jump into the smaller company and to create a PC, which was a personal computer, but they ended up losing out on this deal. Steve Jobs was quoted in a 1985 interview, "If IBM wins, my personal feeling is that we are going to enter a sort of computer dark age for about 20 years. While IBM themselves didn't win, the creation that they lost control of was a clear market winner for approximately the next 20 years." That's your tip.
Wow, you just never know, do you? You think because you have the bucks, you can do anything. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes, a lot of people do think that because they had the money and all of this stuff, they can just buy their way through. And they were saying, okay, just told the developers pretty much, just do something, create something, use whatever stuff you can find, like hodgepodge it together. Let's just put it all together and let's just put something together, and then we'll work on the real thing later on. They never got a chance to work on the real thing. And see, I'm thinking that PC's problem came with Microsoft. It wasn't Microsoft that the PC problems came with. It was actually IBM's throwing stuff together and just kind of putting things in the pot. You know what I mean? They were just kind of throwing stuff together, okay, trying to compete and do something somebody else was doing, which is never a good idea.
Just be you.
Yeah,
And we say that all the time at BizChicks. Just do you.
And people were doing, I mean, they were trying to be fit because they were the big machine. They were the machines that the corporations were using and all of that. And yes, I understand wanting to get into the smaller market, but just throw anything together, whatever you guys can do, just throw it all together. And I'm like, oh, no wonder it was a bit of a hassle. when, stuff kept crashing and whatever. I thought it was just all Microsoft. It wasn't. Learned something
See,
today.
yeah, you need to focus. That's what we learned. Oh my
Do what
goodness.
you do. So, what is your story for today?
Well, today I want to talk about the fact that Apple is working on some new glasses to
What?
help a headset for virtual reality and for augmented reality that's supposed to come out around Christmas time.
Mm.
Um, yeah, and so they have, sort of jumped into the market, and it looks like they're going to. Well, I like Apple because they simplify things. So the fact that they are going there tells me that they are going to be extremely competitive. It says the
Mm.
headset will straddle two technologies: virtual reality and augmented reality. And they're slated to come. They were slated to come out in 2020, but they're coming out in 2022. And I know that what we got now is pretty bulky and pretty cumbersome. So I'm pretty sure that because there's so many complaints about that these guys are going to be looking to do something a lot slicker and a lot better.
Hmm.
So I want you to look out for those augmented reality glasses from Apple coming out for Christmas. The other thing I
Okay.
want to talk about is that Disney, it says the firm said it had 221 million subscribers across the three streaming platforms as of July. They have passed up Netflix. That contracts with their rival, which is Netflix, because Netflix has been losing customers. Um, so they are really on the move. It says the pandemic lockdown. This is from The Verge. Provided a boost of streaming services like Disney, but the easing of COVID restrictions doesn't seem to be preventing it attracting new customers. Because I thought, okay, COVID's over pretty much. Well, it's not over, but people are moving about the planet and getting back into going out and things. Says that the company added 14.4 million Disney discounts in this quarter. Many, however, now take note, most of them were outside of the US. Later this year, it says it will launch a new ad free service, which will still be charged at the current subscription of, um, probably not ad free, new ad funded service. So if you what you get now for free, or for pardon me, for $7.99 a month is now going to have ads. But if you want to get rid of the ads, you're going to have to pay 10.99, 11 bucks.
And
So
this is Disney.
this is Disney. So they're scheduled to start adding ads, which I know is going to be a real revenue maker for them, because look, it's going to be Christmas time. People are trying to buy toys. Toys R Us is out of business. It's a perfect platform for coming at parents for toy ads alone, leave alone clothing ads, etc. So the chief executive says that they're in a position of strength with record upfront advertising commitments. So somebody's already committed to come over there for that 7.99. I'm just going to say for that $8 slot that's going to have ads. So
Well, this is Disney because their Disney Plus has where you can get Hulu, um, ESPN Plus, and um, Disney Plus for 13.99. But the Disney Plus does not come with any ads. You just get the straight, like if you were watching the movie, you get the
uh-huh,
entire movie, no commercials. So now they're putting commercials in for the 7.99
for the
subscription.
7.99. Yes.
Mm.
Yeah, I know. Their total revenues in April and June jumped 26% from the previous year. And they were pushing a profit of 1.5 billion.
So
Okay.
So let's think about this. This is Disney, the place where you think it's all about kids and fun,
Mhm.
but Disney is a major business entity, owning Fox, owning or portions of Fox, owning Hulu, owning ESPN, owning a whole bunch of other stuff that has nothing to do with kids.
Exactly.
And they
So,
are okay. I don't
yep.
think the people thought Disney would become like Disney owned by who? Disney owns
Um,
ABC.
wow, I had no idea.
Mhm.
So it says here that the subscription to a streaming platform separately means customers who pay more than the one service are counted more than once. So that might be why, it looks like they're in the billions in terms of customers. However, remember, Netflix lost 1 million accounts in the last recent quarter, putting its membership total at 220.65. So by Disney going to 21 million, they've passed them, and they haven't been at the business as long as Netflix has. So that Netflix needs to look out, because I'm telling you, but Netflix and Hulu, their content is weak, and I have unsubscribed from Hulu. The only reason I haven't unsubscribed from Netflix is because my grandchildren watch particular shows on there when they come over on the weekend. But I think they're about to be in for a surprise, because I really see no value over there.
Well, let's see. Disney owns Hulu.
Mhm. Well, they need
Mhm.
to move some of their stuff over to the Hulu, because Hulu needs help.
Right. And Hulu, I think Hulu is a place where like the shows from ABC end up on Hulu. And
Mhm.
okay, so if people are not watching, it just depends on what it is that you're watching. But Netflix, their programming has become a little less than. Hey, Yolanda,
Mhm.
their programming has become a little less because Disney pulled all of their stuff from Netflix. Because Disney
Mm.
started on it, you could have got when Netflix was up and running. It was about 3-4 years ago.
Mhm.
Disney
Yes.
was running everything on Netflix, and then they
Yep.
said, "Oh, we're gonna do our own stuff."
Yep.
Mm. Was that when the whole thing came out with the troll issue, or was where they didn't want to stream it live? I mean, when it first came out, they wanted to hold back because it was in theaters, and remember that whole
No,
debacle about
no,
the
that
troll?
was last year, but no, this is Disney had all of their catalog stuff, or most of their
Mm.
catalog was on Netflix.
Yeah.
Their Marvel catalog was all on Netflix because you could watch Luke
Mhm.
Cage, Daredevil, all of the Marvel comics and the
Right.
Marvel stuff was on Netflix. And then Disney
Mhm.
said, "Oh no, we want our stuff in our own house." And
Yeah,
this
that's when they
Yeah.
started waking up to they because Netflix was the only one doing streaming. Well, actually, they started
Streaming.
out with the CDs, the DVDs, sending DVDs to the house, and everybody laughed at
Yeah.
that. Then they started the streaming, everybody laughed at that. And then now, like you said, Disney was like, "Oh, why is our stuff over there?" And they were like, "Why is our stuff on Netflix? We can make our own." Because they started to see the everybody was doing
The
it, and there was
value.
money. They saw the value
Yes.
of it. But before that, it was just Netflix standing alone.
and Netflix was like, and because they had made agreements, hey, bring your stuff over here and we'll stream it out for you.
Yeah.
And then
Uh-huh.
people said, wait a minute, hold on, we can stream our own stuff.
That's right. That's right. They was like,
Wow.
we could make our own. But they didn't
Make our
see
own
it before
channel.
Netflix did it. Netflix was the innovator.
Right. And so now they need to innovate some more. And that's why Netflix was trying
Mhm.
to create their own programming on their own shows. You know what I mean? Uh, yeah.
So
And
those are those two articles, guys. The whole issue of, hey, Apple's going to have virtual reality glasses. They're planning to put together a virtual reality universe. So that they don't have to deal with the metaverse. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
To go with the
What?
glasses. Yeah, because the glasses are going to be 8K and up. So I mean, it's going to be it's going to be really
so there's going to be another multiverse. It's going to be a different verse in metaverse.
Exactly.
Listen, like I said, when Facebook came out with the meta, they were like, "Oh, the metaverse," and they don't own it. They don't own anything. They just made up their little corner and called it metaverse. But it's going to be called whatever, what it's like, the survival of the fittest. Whatever company or whatever carves out their piece of the metaverse and wins is going to be the winner. But we don't know who it is. This is early days.
I've got a couple of. I have
gold rush. Anybody remember studying the gold rushes?
Yeah, that had you rushed out there and you staked your claim and you got your little certificate from the government and you had your little piece.
You homesteaded your land, the whole thing. Yeah.
That's what's happening now. It's just happening online, and it's not going to be it's the internet, but it's a new place called the blockchain.
Right. Beverly says Toys R Us had 30,000 employees. No more Toys R Us kids.
Yeah, because now people are scratching their heads. Where do I get toys for my kids now? Because I was using, that one-stop shop. Now here's Disney. They had the opportunity to shoot ads at folks, because remember, those people are not watching traditional TV. They're streaming for the most part. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see Toys R Us type companies over on TikTok and other places.
Oh, they're going to be on Amazon. People are just going because the generation who are buying toys for their kids are not the boomers. Do you understand? They're not doing it. It's the people,
millennials.
The millennials are buying it. And the millennials are not going to traipse through the store with the kids screaming and all. They're going online.
Right. But see, now I read last week that Toys R Us is coming back inside of a couple of Macy's stores for the holiday season.
Is that who what? We were there shopping for school clothes the other day, and I saw this great toy display.
That's what it is. They're doing it. It's going to be ready by October 15th. It's going to be California, Georgia, New Jersey, Illinois, Nevada, Louisiana, New York, Maryland, and Missouri.
Oh, okay.
So they are doing like some Starbucks goes into a grocery store and they post up inside the store, which makes sense if people are coming inside that particular establishment.
Right. And remember that Toys R Us, the brand name was bought by a company. So they can use that brand name. They don't have to open a store. So this is smart. Use the Toys R Us brand name inside of Macy's. People going to Macy's and then they go, "Oh, what's this? Toys?" And it's going to be October, November. It's going to be time for Christmas shopping. So
right. But a lot of the people, those are for the people who are actually going into the mall to shop. Right. So then the other people are getting it online. If I was smart, if I was Toys R Us and I had the option of the name, I think I'd open up an online store.
There you have it.
And Terry, we are not hearing you.
Oh, how about We Are Toys? That's because I have a visitor today, and she has her electronics on.
We Are Toys.
She's got her iPad and phone and several devices going. Yeah, so
she got to set up her area.
Yep, she has an area.
Oh, okay.
So she was over there drawing.
It's going to be good.
It's going to be interesting. And I like that idea, Terry, that, why not partner?
Yeah, because see, Toys R Us has the brand name. And what's going on now is that I think we talked about it a while ago. It's called nostalgia marketing. So the millennials are 40 now. So they got kids and then they remember their childhood of Toys R Us and Jeffrey the giraffe and all. So when they're there or they hear about it, they want to go and experience it. They will go and experience it just to see, even though they can shop online. They will
Right.
go to the Macy's to have the experience with their kids because it's nostalgia. It's a part of their childhood.
I remember when I saw Jeffrey the giraffe when my mom took me. Okay.
Mm-hmm. We used to go, all the store, and then there's the toy. You buying toys for your kids. So there's the Toys R Us brand and the giraffe and all the little things, and why not?
Mm-hmm. Marcus saying, I want an area.
So I don't watch a lot of broadcast TV, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be commercials.
Right.
And the commercials, come, only at Macy's. Macy's, let me put my shoes on and go. Because it's not an online experience; it's an in-person.
How many of you are broadcast TV watchers? Put a 1 in the chat or something, or
no.
I have
spectrum, but I don't watch a lot of stuff.
I am not a broadcast TV watcher. I like most of my stuff on demand.
Yeah,
I don't like TV by appointment where I have to, wait, the show's coming on at 2:00.
And when I want news, I go to Twitter and I go to reputable news sources on Twitter and I get the news. Mm-hmm. Like all the stuff that happened this week. It was all over Twitter. So I follow reputable journalists and media things, and I know. And I did turn the TV on.
Well, Mark says, I watch broadcast TV sometimes. So do I, Mark, because when I was visiting in Pennsylvania, they had cable. And so as a result, I would search the cable. Right. I usually ended up on something that was streamed, but I did engage in one or two
right.
TV shows.
I just don't watch. I don't turn it on. If I want to watch, like I like the Late Show, Stephen Colbert. I will watch him sometimes. And I know when it comes on, and I'll put my app on my iPad and watch it on there. I'm like, there's nothing on CBS and all of this. What is this, Big Brother? What's all these summer shows? I don't watch any of that. I'm like, was it Love Island or something?
Okay.
Or Bachelor or something?
I don't watch reality TV.
I know, but that seems to be all on TV during the summers, what I'm saying, on broadcast. Right. So I don't watch it.
It's cheap, I guess, to produce.
Well,
yes, they are.
Okay, so Beverly says nostalgia marketing, they got me with Eloise. And then she said Eloise. Then she also says I stream on demand.
A lot of people do. Well, a lot of people do.
And Mark says I have Sling and streaming services, but I also have an HD antenna so that I can watch Big Brother. I just found out this show, but because we have the Disney Plus, I can watch it on Hulu and get all things in, binge it, and get finished with it, so I don't have to be piecemeal. Okay, wait till Monday to get the Netflix. I'm like, no, give me the whole thing. It's
the whole thing.
Oh my gosh. Something about a celebrity that you're related to.
Who do you think you do you think you are? Or
no,
who are you related to, or
oh my gosh. It's anyway,
it's a show. And they just
not the thing PBS, not the thing on PBS, right?
It's not on PBS.
Oh, okay.
It is it's a reality show.
Oh, okay.
It's a reality show, and what's his face? Al Sharpton's daughter was just discovered. They have to discover who you're related to.
Right. Yeah. And it's on Hulu, but it is really interesting. I'm like, okay, but it's not crazy reality TV, because there's some reality TV you can go like, Lord, what are you doing? But it was interesting to see who these people were related to. Claim to fame. Thank you, Mark.
Was it?
I think it's interesting.
Claim to fame.
Yeah. Okay. That you can get famous just because your bloodline Okay.
Well, yes. So claim to fame, it's like, okay, who are you related to? And then
See,
they had
that's
to
the
keep
show.
this.
When you said that, there's a show that it was on UK TV for a long time. It's called Who Do You Think You Are or something. I think they tried to bring it here under the same name, but it didn't do well. But it's
Right,
been out for years. It's been out for a while. I think it's called Who Do You Think You Are? But it was a
right,
UK show, and they did people over in Europe and France. And then they
right,
tried to bring it here, and it didn't work.
right. And I think, is that the one where they are uh, finding who your ancestors were? Because I think they tried to
Right.
do
Because
that
see,
on
there was
PBS.
the British one was 2004.
Mm-hmm.
They started on the BBC in 2004. Then they tried to bring it over here, I think the NBC or something, and nobody watched it because it's like we don't care about that kind of thing over here. Not really, but they really do care about that over in UK about your lineage and who you're descended from, and
Exactly.
so they
Yeah.
care about that over there more than
Mhm.
it did here. So the TV show came, I think it was on NBC or something. I
Yeah,
don't
and I
remember.
think they might have tried to do something on PBS.
Mm-hmm. PBS has one with Skip Gate that's been around for a while.
Right,
It's called Finding Your Roots,
right. Okay, because that's the answer. Okay, so that
and
could
they
be
look
the
at your they do kind of the same thing, but they do it in a different way.
right. Because yeah,
They don't do reality. It's not reality TV focus. Where I think Who Do You Think You Are? And these are more like celebrity influencer, blah blah blah, and like who is that? Or
yeah.
people like that. It's just a different focus.
Who Do You Think You Are was produced by Lucy Kudrow here, and it's a good
Okay,
show. Yeah,
I know it was NBC,
right. And she
and
was
then
NBC.
it was canceled, and then another station picked it up, like one
Right.
of the cable channels picked it up. TLC picked it up. It was on TLC, and then now I think, let me see, is it saying it's coming back? Yeah, okay, so
Mhm.
they said it's back on NBC.
I'm
That's
not
interesting.
sure what channel it's on. But guys, that's all I have. And we don't want to belabor this point. I want TJ to get started. Okay.
Okay. Oh, Mark says, who do you think? Okay, I just saw that. But that's interesting.
Right, right. It was yeah, because the whole thing. How do you TV? It should be a question mark.
How do you TV?
Yeah, how do you
How do
TV?
you TV? No, how do you TV? No, how do you TV?
Yeah, I'm streaming.
I'm thinking of MTV like that. I want my MTV.
Yeah, I really like the streaming. I like to be able to pick what I want to watch, and if I want to binge them and get them all out the way, just get me to the end of the story. I did that with Stranger Things. I'm like, come on, get me to the end of the story. I just want to be done. I don't want to. Okay, you got to wait till next week for the next episode.
I see, because Dr. Tati talked about Stranger Things, and she asked on her show, like, did anybody watch? I was like, I didn't watch it. I didn't have any interest in watching it. It didn't seem. I mean, I know it's a good show. It just it's not on my list.
The story, I wanted to find out where the story went. Because when they ended the season, I'm like, really, you're going to end like this? Okay, so okay, but that you're up to the whims of the writers,
right?
Like Lost. I was like, really?
Did see Mark's comment? I'm not gonna say it.
Mark, what did he say?
He said, I'm a TV hoe, always have been. I get around all the channels. I like TV. It's just now I'm just like, it has to really catch me to get me to lock into it, because, and I'll tell you real quick before we start with the social stuff, why I got like this was I was with the show Game of Thrones on HBO, and the way it ended after, I think it was 8 seasons, and it kind of just delusion. I'm like, I don't want to get into another series where they start out great and then they end up like, what the heck was that? I think Lost was one of those.
Lost is the poster child of how not to do a series.
Right. Because then it wasn't a dream or something, and
It
you know
was
they
some
were on
weirdo
they
end.
were on an
I'm like,
island all the time, or some. It was a reality show or something. I don't know.
I was like, who thought of this? I'm like, no.
The only show that did this correctly was Dallas years ago when they had one of the sons was dead, and then the fans went nuts and said, "Why did you kill this person?"
Oh,
And
you
then
mean yes?
I forgot who it was.
Patrick Duffy's.
The brother,
Yes,
not the main
Patrick.
character brother.
Bobby
Patrick
Ewing.
Duffy, yes. And at the end, it
It
was
was a
a
dream.
dream. The wife had a dream and woke up, and her husband was in the shower.
Because and they took a long time to go around that corner, but the fans was like, "What?"
I forgot, but it was a big deal. Like, why did you kill this character? And it was at the beginning of the season, and then they were like, "What?" So they were the only ones that kind of brought it around, where it was like, "Okay, we're going to continue on," because Dallas is still on one of the channels. I think they went with the younger. They went with the children.
Yeah,
I think they went with the children of the main characters. So you know, just to say that's a show that's been around and is still going, and they did a silly thing.
Yeah, the fans were in an uproar, and you can see the entire series of Dallas, the old version, on Prime on Amazon. You can
So we'll see
all of the drama that went with that. Okay,
all of the drama. All right, so let me pull up my notes real quick.
Oh,
so we can.
Yeah, Mark said while you're looking that up, Mark says no, the new Dallas was canceled after 2 seasons.
Oh, okay.
The TV ho has spoken.
All right. Well, see, there you go. But it did come back.
Yeah.
It did come back, and it got canceled again. Sometimes you can't go home.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me make sure because my Evernote, I use Evernote, and I'm making sure it syncs, because you know, if you make changes, it's telling me there's a conflict, so I want to make sure I got
86 the wrong
I want to make sure I got all of the I've never seen that before. It said there's a conflict with your notes. I'm like, I've never seen that. Okay, so in social media news this week, and before I start, it's August, so there's not gonna be a lot of news going forward until like after Labor Day, because all of these companies, they take summer breaks and they don't do a lot of things from the middle of August. So going forward, I don't expect a lot of news. There may be, but so just to let you know, but it's August, so businesses and corporations, they all take this break before, but the end of the 2 weeks of the end of August to Labor Day is what I'm trying to say, and then they all get back in the swing of it. Okay, so let's start with Snapchat. Let me move to Snap. Did it sync? Yes, it did. So Snapchat has something called Snapchat Family Center. So they've launched this parental control portal, and it allows parents to keep an eye on their teenagers and see who they've been talking with on Snapchat. Because see, this is one of the things I want to say about Snapchat. People go, well, nobody's using Snapchat. Yes, they are. There's a demo that's using it, 13 to 20, whatever, and they don't use it as social media. They use it as private messaging, because it has a lot of great private messaging tools and it's fun to use. So they're already on it, using it for private messaging. Now, there is a public side of Snapchat with the stories, DJ Khaled and all these people, Kardashians. Then there's a section where they have like little magazines, like Hello Magazine is on Snapchat, and you can see their little entertainment stories. There's a couple of things you can follow on Snapchat, but that's why people say, well, Snapchat is, who uses that? There's a core group of users, and they use it for the private side. So this is tapping into this. So they're having this new feature called Family Center, shows parents their kids' friends list as well as who they messaged in the last 7 days. So the parents can only see who the teens have been talking to, but they won't be able to read the chat history. They can see like, oh, they've talked to the username. Now, Family Center is voluntary. The teens can leave the portal if they want. They'll be given the choice to accept or ignore a parent's invitation to join.
Okay, so what power does the parent have, really?
Well, you have a lot if you're paying for the phone.
Well, yes, that, but I mean,
Right. If you're paying for the phone, you have the right to say, "Let me see your phone," which that's what I do. I said, "Let me see your phone."
right, but I'm
I know
talking
the
about
parents. Go ahead.
but the point is that the parents need to get the permission from the kids to monitor the
Right.
Snap.
Right. And since it's made for underage teens, as soon as the teenager turn 18, they're opted out anyway. So this is really for 13 to 17.
Okay.
All right, so they're going to add more features to this family center. It allows parents to easily see the newest friends their teens have added in the coming weeks. And Snap says they're going to add more content controls for parents, as well as the ability for teens to notify their parents whenever they report an account or piece of content. So really, it's going to be like the kid can say, "Mom or Dad, this person is sent me inappropriate whatever," and then the parent can look at it from their account, whatever. So it's like connecting it. And again, they have to, it has to be a two-way street. But I'm saying this is a parental issue. It's your phone, you bought it, you pay for the cell service. So, but some parents aren't like that, and I understand, but I'm paying for the phone.
Right.
It's my phone. I allow you to use it. So when I want to see it, I want to see it. But that is a parental style guideline. So, but Snapchat is putting this in to say that, hey, government, look what we're doing to protect minors 13 to 17. So they're doing it for that. Now, as far as how well it works, we just said it depends on your parental style. It's like the kid has a room and they lock the door. It's your house. Do you allow them to lock the door and not let you in? It's your house. How can they lock you out? They don't pay the mortgage.
Billy, I'd like to talk to you, Billy.
Please unlock the door. No, it's my door. Unlock. I should have the key. It's my house. I'm paying the mortgage.
Listen,
The
I
food.
can I can remember taking the door off my daughter's room.
See,
I was like, you don't even get to
see.
shut the door if I want to come in. You leave alone, lock the door. Yeah.
But see,
So
some parents operate like that. That they allow their child to lock the door, lock them out, the phone. And I'm saying these are things that you pay for. So you are the possessor or the owner. So, but we don't want to get into a discussion about parenting styles.
or
Dr.
about
Taji,
property
go ahead.
management.
I was just saying, who's the parent and who's the child?
Can we hear? I can't. Can you turn it up a little?
Who's the parent and who's the child?
Right. Right. I agree.
Okay. I'm like, why?
So it's there. You implement it or not. Snapchat is offering it. So called Family Center. Also, Snapchat is testing new product stickers for snaps. Now, snaps are, you're the little story feature inside of Snapchat where you take a picture or video. It lasts 20. Everybody knows the story because Instagram stole it from Snapchat. So Snapchat has added a new product sticker tab, which includes a range of digital items that you can add to your content. The new product stickers are sorted into brands. The majority right now are clothing and accessory businesses. You tap into these brand sets and you can select specific products, which you can then add as stickers to your Snap frame, and which users can tap on to learn more about the item or make a purchase. So here is Snapchat's quote about this sticker that says, "We're constantly looking for new ways to prompt discovery on Snapchat. As part of that, we're in the early days of testing dress-up stickers, where Snapchatters can find, try on, and shop real products from the brands they love. While only available to a small number of Snapchatters at the moment, dress-up stickers will eventually live in a new dress-up stickers tab hanger icon inside the sticker picker in preview after taking a snap." So it's not available right now to everybody, but this is going to be their dress up element. So brands can, and they're saying mostly clothing and accessories, they can make these stickers to live inside of the app, and then people can use them and put them on their stories. people that view your stories can say, "What's that?" Tap on it and go see the brand and buy whatever it is. So it's called dress. Is a part of dress
Snap.
up stickers. So Snap has this is another way to get revenue for the ad, because the brand has to pay for it. The business has to pay for that privilege. So and in Snapchat, people like to put little things on their stories, text and glitter and things and stickers and gifts, and so this is a part of it.
So this is like product placement with the ability to click and buy.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. So is that about it? Yes. So they're saying there's no info on how brands get their products listed and how they can link the stickers through to their website for purchase. Snap is going to provide more information as the option sees a broader rollout. So they're just a test, and then they'll see how it works, and then they'll tell the brand, "Hey, you can put your stickers out, and this is how good it works." Because they need data for the test to say how many use the stickers, how many tap on the stickers, how many bought from the stickers. So they need to do a test, and then they can roll it out like a major thing. Snap says that 250 million of its users, 72% of its total daily active user count, now engage with AR elements in the app every day. AR elements is filters, stickers, any kind of interactive thing they can add on to their story. Okay, so that's Snapchat. Next is Pinterest. Pinterest is working on a sticker too. Stickers seem to be the hot thing. Pinterest is launching a new board sticker to help drive more pin traffic. So they are allowing you to add a board sticker option, which enables you to highlight a specific Pinterest board via your idea pins in the app. Okay, so let's talk about what an idea pin. Idea pin is the stories feature in Pinterest. If you don't use Pinterest, there's a story feature. Everybody got a story feature. Stories. So you can make a story or a video, and then in that you can point them to your board. Because in Pinterest you set up boards based on items, topics of interest, or whatever, and you create these boards. So you can point them to this board where you have say gardening about the succulents, or you have jewelry, this type of jewelry, and you made a board. It's categorization. So you can talk about in the idea pen, you make a story about, say, the succulents. Everybody know what a succulent is? Those little plants. So they're real popular now. It's just one of the things that popped in my head. So you can make a succulent board on, you have information on how to take care, how to pick up, how to find, how to fertilize, all that on a board. And you can link that board to the story. There'll be a sticker, and they can tap on it, and they go to the board in Pinterest. Got it?
Gotcha. Yes.
Okay, so that's the board sticker. So it's available now to some users in the sticker tray within the idea pin. When you create an idea pin, there's a section where you go to create an idea pin, and that's one of the options. It says you'll be able to choose from your existing boards to link to, with various display formats for the board sticker, which you then add to the idea pin.
Okay.
All right. So it's a way to do a story, talk about something that's on, it's on your board because you pinned it to it, and then you link to the board, and then hopefully the board has the the information to go to your website to buy, to read, to do more, your call to action. Creators will be able to add up to 5 board stickers per image, and up to 20 board stickers in total within an idea pen sequence. That means you can do more than one story linked to each other. They're linked, so that's why you can do that. So you're not restricted to a single sticker per frame. Creators will be able to tag any public board they manage, but they won't be able to showcase private boards or those created by others. Okay, so they're saying it's a good way to highlight specific products with direct links back to your bigger display of pins on the board in order to highlight what you offer. And this is it's not available to everybody yet. It's a test. So everything is, a test. They need the data.
Yeah.
Right. They need the data to go back and say, is this viable? Is this something we can get a brand or business to pay for ads, blah, blah, blah. And then they roll it out wider.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, right. That
You,
makes sense.
you always want to test the waters, right?
Right. And then you don't want to give it to everybody because you don't know if it works. Because that's what happened with Instagram, where they put out the test and everybody got upset. So they rolled the test back, but they're still going to do it. That thing. That thing that they said they took away, it's coming back. You just won't know. Okay, let's go on to LinkedIn. LinkedIn has some good something to announce this week. They are testing a new Discover feed. So, talking about Instagram, with their new feed and the the reels and all of that stuff. So LinkedIn wants to get in on the fun. So they're testing a new Discover feed that will highlight algorithmically recommend content that you may be interested in based on your inactivity app. Okay? So they're going to AI recommend posts from people you are not connected to on LinkedIn because of the things that you like or comment on or save in LinkedIn. So the Discover feed will highlight newsletters, videos, events, and more matched to you based on your interests. So again, they're copying the TikTok for you feed where it's based on they give you more of what you like.
Yes, and tracking what you've been.
Right.
Yeah.
There's always been tracking. As soon as you install the app and agree to the terms, they've been tracking you. It's just okay. Now they're trying to follow TikTok because TikTok is the most popular app. That's why. So LinkedIn wants to get in on it. They're also adding a couple more things. They're adding something called Meet the Team section in job listings in order to help applicants get a better feel for the team that they're going to work with in the company. They're also testing a new celebration display in your notification stream in order to better enable members to keep up with the latest job milestone changes, work anniversaries, etc. Because in LinkedIn, it will say this person got a new job. Congratulate Joe, whatever. He is now a new job at blah, blah, blah. Or happy birthday to whatever, Jane. And you can say happy birthday. So they're going to section that off into its own tab in notifications. So when you go in, you won't see that. You'll have to tap on celebrations, which makes a lot of sense because you go in there and say, okay, here's the example. It says, congratulate Antoine Martel. Congratulate Antoine Martel on starting a new position as senior marketing manager at ZoomJax. And then you can send them a message or you can see the post. So all of that comes in your notifications. And if you don't want to see that, it's very annoying. So they're moving it to its own section, which is good. Okay. Let's see. So they're doing all this to to get to act more like Instagram. Instagram acts more like TikTok, and they're all copying each other. And they're testing it out to see again what works. So don't get used to some of these things that they're testing. They may go away. All right, let's see. YouTube. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So YouTube, let's talk about YouTube. They have a new prompt for shorts content. And they have a prompt, again, copying from another app from TikTok. They're adding a way for users to respond to viewer questions with a new comment stickers for your shorts. Now, if you use TikTok, you've seen videos where people will pin a comment from a previous video and talk about, and they make content or video on that comment, and the question or the comment is stuck to the top or the side or wherever they put it, so you know what they're talking about. That's coming to YouTube Shorts. So they're trying out a new option that enables creators to use video comments as a more direct prompt for future Shorts clips. YouTube has a comment. Beginning in the next 2 weeks, we'll run a small experiment for creators on iOS only that gives creators the ability to reply to VOD and Shorts comments with a sticker in their Shorts video. So this is similar to the question sticker that TikTok has, and I believe Reels has it also. So you'll be able to do that in shorts. Now, and we also talked about, I haven't seen it yet, but we also remember we talked about shorts. You're able to make take a clip from your existing video and make it a short, and then it points back to the bigger video. I
Yep.
haven't seen that yet. Have you, Fran?
Not yet. I saw something that says, "Do you want to create a short?" But I haven't
Right.
played with anything.
Right, because you can create a short, and this is in the mobile app we're talking about. You can create a short anywhere, but you can take your own video and clip it as
I
a
have to go
short.
and look again.
But it's a option that says, and I think I saw it. It said shorts. It says shorts under the video, and you tap it, and at the top it says, what is it called? There's something special that says about clipping it into a short, the video. So say for instance you have a video on there that's like 15 minutes and you want to clip the best part, you go into create the short, and then it has the option and it links the short. Will, when you post it, the short will link to the longer video. So I haven't seen it. What's the end of it? No, it wasn't end. It was some, I forgot what it was. I don't have my note.
I'm gonna go take a look at it.
I have my old notes. And it's called in. It's. Let me see real quick because I can look at my YouTube app and see if it's updated. And also, you can clip somebody else's video on YouTube as a short. Did you know? Does everybody know about that?
No, I didn't know that. I know that I can take a clip of something, and they'll only give you like
right. You can clip
or something. They only let you clip like 10 seconds. You can't clip more than that.
Right, because the short is supposed to be short, but you can do anybody's video because there's a create shorts button, and you tap it, and it says cut. Use a segment from this video. Sound. Use the sound from this video, or green screen. Use this video as the background. So you can take anybody. It's like a remix feature. But with your own videos on YouTube that you've uploaded, or your lives or whatever that you own, there's an option to clip, and it's called, I don't have it, so that's why I can't tell you what it's called. But there'll be a fourth option in that shorts button and it's under the video. So you have to go to your video channel, your videos, and it's under the videos. It's, there's a like, dislike, share, down, all of those buttons. It'll be there. And I can't remember what the option was. It's called something, but there you go. And the reason why they're doing this because YouTube is pushing shorts, pushing it more. So use the shorts, because the shorts right now, if you just make a short right now, just 15, 30 seconds, whatever the limit is, and then I think I've seen some for a minute, it will increase the engagement on your YouTube channel. So people will go to your channel and see the other videos you have. But this new option I'm talking about is it a direct link to a direct video. Wow. But shorts they're pushing shorts, so use it. I've seen a lot of shorts. Okay, so that's YouTube. Let's talk about Twitter. So, that option that everybody wants where you can edit the tweet. So there is initial testing of that edit function, but it's going to be made available to Twitter Blue subscribers only. And remember, Twitter Blue is going from $2.99 to $4.99 in October or something. So, if you want that feature, you can cough up $4.99, $5 a month. So
I don't write that many tweets.
Man, I just delete. I don't understand why people want that. I just delete and start over.
Delete and start over for $5, man. I'm like, yes, $5, no.
So this is something highly in demand, and Twitter is like, okay, you can have it for a cost, for only the cost of a Starbucks or whatever coffee.
I'll gladly play you tomorrow for a hamburger today.
I don't want it. There's nothing in Twitter Blue I want. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Dr. Tachi.
So can you all hear me?
Yes, I can hear now.
So I have a question. $5 for what does that $5 include, please?
Okay, yeah, you're a little muffled now, but
Can you hear me?
now, yes.
Okay, what does that $5 include, please?
Okay, hold on. Because I had it in my old notes. I'm going to tell you exactly what you get with Twitter Blue. Okay, so Twitter Blue, let's see what we get. What kind of features? This is from twitter.com. An active Blue Twitter subscription gives you access to premium features like undo tweet. These features are available anywhere where you use the Twitter account you purchased your subscription from. Check your Twitter Blue settings. Oh, okay. So, all right. So they're telling me to go to another link. All right. So you get ad-free articles, bookmark folders. I think. Oh, bookmark folders. Okay, because you can bookmark now. Ad-free articles, bookmark folders, custom app icons, themes, custom navigation, top articles, something called reader, and undo tweet. That's what you get with Twitter Blue.
It doesn't seem like these things are significant. Okay, well, maybe somebody wants them, but it doesn't seem like these features are significantly so different from what you already get with free Twitter that would cause me to want, except for the undo tweet thing, maybe. But It doesn't feel like you're getting anything for this $5. I don't know if it's just me.
No, it's not just you. You're not getting anything. I think you get to change the icon from blue to red or what. I don't care about that kind of stuff. I don't care about. So what's happening now, because they're putting the price up from $2.99 to $4.99. Now they're testing the edit tweet thing, which is what everybody wanted. So Twitter's saying, we're going to give it to you. You've been asking for it, but you got to pay $4.99.
That is robbery. So the whole thing is people were paying, apparently, the $2.99, hoping that this option would become available.
Right.
Now,
right.
They've raised the price to get that said option.
Well, see, now I think we talked about this about 2 weeks ago, that they were going to raise the price. They didn't say it at the time. So this week, one of the, the Twitter spies, the engineers, that they look and they see the code. Somebody discovered that they're testing this option, and it's going to be within Twitter Blue. So it's not an announcement officially from Twitter. It was, these things get discovered by what do they call them? Reverse engineers or coders or whatever, and they look at this code. So one of them found it this week. They found the little pop-up that said something about, oh, this might be a Twitter Blue exclusive. Also, there's been talk about TweetDeck, which I love that TweetDeck, about putting that into Twitter Blue. But Twitter hasn't announced anything. This is, people that discover these things, and some of these things come true. So this is what it was.
Twitter own TweetDeck?
Yes. They own TweetDeck. Right now it's free. And if you're a social media manager and you use Twitter a lot, it's helpful for different columns of things that you're looking at, or accounts that you have to manage, or if you're, I do a lot of searching. So I have keywords that, this column and that and you go in the TweetDeck and it refreshes all at once, and you get to see it all at once. So that was talk a month or two ago, that they might put TweetDeck into this Twitter Blue, where you have to pay the $2.99 now $4.99. So Twitter hasn't announced anything yet except the price increase. They have announced that.
So there's something that when you were making this report that struck my mind here. It said for whichever account you choose. So if I have, how you have different accounts that you manage,
right?
In order to get that new feature, do I need to pay $4.99 for each one of them accounts?
That's a good question. Let me go back to Let me go
Because
back.
it said for the one for whatever account you choose. I was like, hold on, does that?
Okay, let me
No, I
see.
can't make this a broad stroke $4.99 and use it on all my accounts.
Okay, so let me go back to Twitter. So they're saying first iteration Twitter Blue. Okay, so this was like their first blog post last year. They said what you get was bookmark folders to organize your content, undo tweet, not edit, undo tweet. Reader mode is something about the way that the tweets show up, and that's it.
Yeah, but they didn't
Let me
say
go
that.
back. Let me go
Yeah,
back.
they didn't say that it. So each account, I got
All
the
right, let me
feeling
go
it's
back.
on each account.
All right,
Yeah.
let me go back. Go say their opt-in paid monthly subscription offers exclusive access to premium features that let you customize your Twitter experience. Twitter Blue is available for in-app purchase on Twitter on iOS and Android or on twitter.com through our payment partner Stripe. You must be logged into the Twitter account you purchased your subscription from to access Twitter Blue features.
Okay.
So it is by account.
Mhm.
So it is. So you sign up for Twitter Blue from the profile menu in your Twitter app or on twitter.com. Okay, so they already got the new price of $4.99 here. If Twitter Blue is available in your area, you'll find, okay, so you go to your profile, Twitter Blue, this is the subscribe button displays the price per month.
So
So
yeah,
it is per account.
right. So if I'm doing this, then I would need to charge my clients or whoever's accounts that I'm monitoring, they will need to all pay $5.99, $4.99. Okay.
Right. So it's per account. And then is you get ad-free articles, bookmark folders, custom app icons. That's where you get to change the color of the bird or the background. Themes you can change from whatever color it is. Custom navigation, top articles, reader, which is a cleaner view of the tweets they're saying, and undo tweet. So now they're saying that the edit button is going to be in this list of features, which again, I'm not paying $4.99. I wasn't gonna pay $2.99, and I'm not gonna pay $4.99 because I don't care about the edit button. I don't care about changing the color from blue to green or to match my colors. Or I don't care about it like that. Like Dr. Tati said, who cares? Who wants this? I don't. Does anybody want Twitter Blue?
You know you need a green check. Come on.
I don't want it. It doesn't give me anything. Like Dr. Tati said, what do you get? Some folders? No, the only thing that I'm mad about is the potentially tweet deck going into it, but I'll live because I'm not gonna pay $4.99 for it. I'll just find a workaround. I'll just get something else.
Yeah, okay.
I can make my own tweet deck if I put my mind to it. I can do it.
Yeah.
I'm just they're doing it for me, so I'm using it. But once TweetDeck goes into Twitter Blue for $4.99 a month, that's when I'll sit down and make my own. That's just how it goes. Okay, so that's what's going on with Twitter. That they're going to put this edit button is going to be under Twitter Blue, and it's one of the app researchers, reverse engineers. I follow two or three, and one of them posted it and said that it's going to be a part of Twitter Blue.
Okay.
Potentially. All right, so let's move on to Facebook / Meta, whatever they're calling themselves today. So no, here we go. Because we're doing that one. Yeah, we'll do this one. So Meta is testing a new live streaming platform for influencers called Super. The new platform allows influencers to host live streams, earn revenue, and engage with viewers. So the company has reportedly paid influencers between $200 and $3,000 to use the platform for 30 minutes. Super entered development in late 2020 and it's under their NPE, that new product experimentation team that they have, that section where they test new things out and then they decide not to go ahead with it. So here is a quote from Meta. Super is a small standalone experiment being built by New Product Experimentation NPE and currently testing with a small group of creators that they're paying. I added the paying part. So Meta is reaching out to influencers saying, hey, we're going to pay you between $200 to $3,000 to test this out. They're saying that the platform has a similar functionality to Twitch. It's currently being tested with fewer than 100 creators. And there's a tech influencer named Andrew Edwards is one of the tests, and TikTok star Vienna Sky. So if you know those people, they're a part of it. The platform operates on a tiered system where viewers pay for access to features included in the stream. Viewers can also leave a tip for live streamers.
Oh, this is Super Chat on Facebook. Okay.
Yeah, this is Super Chat. So the report says that creators pocket 100% of the tips and revenue earned through the system for now. I added the for now.
Right.
They will get, there's something that Instagram or Facebook offers now that they don't charge any fees, but next year they're going to charge the fees. I forgot what it was. So they're going to charge the fees. Meta is still in the early testing phase for this platform and will tweak it according to feedback from creators. They need the data, which we've said about the other things. They need the data and then they'll tweak it and then they'll, roll it out to more people. So they have this platform called Super. Isn't that super?
And why don't we just put chat on there?
So that's it's YouTube Super Chat. Like Fran said, it's YouTube and Super Chat. Because you can go live on your YouTube channel right now, do a live, and people can give you money if you're in the partner program. So here we go.
They're still trying to bring a younger crowd in, thinking that they're going to come to Facebook to do this Super Chat, and they try to bring her from TikTok. I don't know where dude is from, but try to bring her from TikTok over here to give her a channel so that she brings her followers, apparently.
Right. That's what they're thinking. But Facebook knows they're not going to get the younger crowd. They already know that. There was a study came out this week from Pew Research Center that talked about how Facebook knows this, and they know that teens do not want to go to Facebook for anything. They don't even have an account. They go to YouTube or TikTok. So it came out, the new one just came out this week. So Facebook knows.
Why don't they just create them a platform? Why don't they just create them a...
What do you mean? Facebook should create a platform?
Yeah, create something for young kids and not even affiliated with their name.
It's cheaper, easier, and for them to copy than to build it from scratch.
Well, they don't have anything. They don't have an infrastructure that they can take and tweak it for younger audience.
Right.
And that's why they're trying to use Facebook to do that. But
right,
that ain't working.
Because see, this is the deal. Facebook is Zuckerberg's baby. He wants people to love his baby. Oh, and the baby beautiful. And I think that was a Seinfeld episode when they was like, oh, okay, that baby is special. So he wants Facebook to be where the young kids, yay, cool kids, come on over here. They don't want anything to do with it because that's where grandma hangs out.
And that's why they changed.
There's data and stuff. This is not the first study. This is just the latest study. It's been saying that Facebook has been a drop off. They had the Q2 earnings report a few weeks ago. They lost like 1%, which was like $7 billion, which is a drop in about. But they know. It's what can they do about it? TikTok has taken over, and that's where they're hanging out. So think about in the 80s when where did they go? Teenagers went to the mall. Could you drag them away from the mall to say, come on over here to the farmer's market or to the main street or to the thing that the older crowd wanted them to come? No, they were like, well, we don't want to hang out there. Grandma shops over there. We don't want to go there. We want to go to the mall. That's where all the kids are hanging out. That's where things happen. And they'd go to school on Monday, and everybody would talk about it. And if you weren't there, you was one of the kids that got left out. Same thing here on happening online. Same thing. So you're right. Facebook should build a new app, but they don't want to. I don't know why. I think part of it, my opinion, is that because Zuckerberg loves his Facebook. He built it from the ground up. It's his baby.
Well, they do have Instagram. If they take care of that, maybe that could be the new app. But
they're messing it up.
Right.
And they were messing it up when the two founders left about, what was it, about 6 years ago? I forgot when it was. And we talked about that.
Yep.
I said that was the beginning of the end. So Facebook bought Instagram. They bought that 13 to 24, and they still can't keep them. Because now they're like, they're like mad. Instagram, you're messing up. I'm going over to TikTok because all my friends are at TikTok. TikTok is the mall right now. TikTok is the mall. Right? And Carolina knows because her grandchildren are on it. They love it, right? They love it. So how can you beat
They
the
can't
mall?
wait to get on my phone when they come in here so they can TikTok.
See, how can you beat the mall? Think about the 80s and that. The mall was the place to go. Your parents dropped you off and you hung out there all day and your friends were there and you went to the arcade and you played this and you did. It was the place. In some places in smaller areas that they have them all, that's the place. That's the quad. That's the hangout spot. TikTok is the hangout spot. They cannot take that away. They want to be in the hangout spot. They bought Instagram and they went there for a while and they was like, wait a minute, everything is not right here. Something's not right. So they're going to TikTok. And how do you stop that? You don't. Well, there's only one thing that could stop it, and we talked about it. If they take TikTok out of the store and out of the app stores, and it's no longer available for download. And I'm pretty sure that's Mark Zuckerberg's dream that it disappears. But I don't think he will still get what he wants because that some other new thing will be the mall. And this is what happened in social media since 2007. The new thing comes. Remember MySpace? Remember Friendster, FriendFeed, Google Plus? We can go down the line of things that tried to be the mall and didn't make it. Or the new hot thing came in, not in MySpace. Facebook came in and people forgot about MySpace.
But see, there's always going to be change. People understand that it is always going to be something new coming.
Yes.
And everything is for a season.
Yes. Remember this app called Vero? Does anybody remember that?
I remember the name. I don't even remember what it did.
Remember what happened to it? Was this thing that was going to knock Instagram out of the box and get rid of it. Oh, it was all over Instagram. Come on, leave Instagram and come to Vero. There's been so many apps that have tried. It's not the mall. It has to be the mall. That's the only way I can put this. It has to be the mall. It has to be the hangout spot for that Gen Z or whatever the 13 to 24 group is going to call themselves. I think the next one is Alpha. It'll be, so the next thing is going to be, where is Gen Alpha hanging out?
Right, because, and it's going to be something that they've chosen.
Yes.
And it's not something that the society have chosen.
Right.
They'll be here. No, somebody in their group will come up with something and they're going to be cool with that.
Right. The mall was just, we're the mall. Here's Macy's, his JCPenney's, his Sears, his the movies, his Target. Here's this, and here's the jewelry. The mall built itself and became the thing where the kids went to hang out. That's just how it is. So I don't know. We're up in the air, especially with things like the metaverse and all that. But we don't want to get into the tangent. So We'll leave it like that. Oh, one more thing from Meta. They're testing default end-to-end encryption on Messenger. They're going to have the secure storage process for backups of your end-to-end encrypted chats on Messenger. They're adding another range of expanded encryption tests on Messenger and Instagram. So the main update is the addition of this E2E or end-to-end encrypted chat backup for Messenger chats. So that's another thing that they've been working on. Okay. And that's it. That's your weekend social media news.
Wow. Such fun. Dr. Tachi?
I'm here.
You are up, my dear.
Okay, give me a second.
Okay.
Pull things up, and I'm ready. I just wanted to pull stuff together.
Okay.
How's
Nope.
everyone doing?
We're doing well.
No problem.
Seeing as while you're pulling that up, what you said about Messenger, and I was thinking about people that are the youth that are using Snapchat as their messenger.
Mm-hmm.
Messenger for us, well, people are on, send me a message on Messenger. It's very messy
Right
now. It's just like and
yeah,
it's not clear.
That's one of the complaints. That's why a lot of people don't use the Messenger app. And I mean, if they could get it together, it would be, a good tool. They just can't get it together because they're splitting. They got WhatsApp, they got Messenger, they got Instagram, direct message, they got, all these things that they need to tie into one. I don't know how they're going to do it.
And then I just like the fact that I can text message somebody from my phone, like send you a message. It just needs to be that simple.
Right.
Back and forth, not
right. It needs to be simple. So again, overthinking, wanting something, and okay, just do it directly. So we'll see. But
it wasn't clean.
It's not. So there's a lot of complaints about the things in Facebook, but remember, it's free. We have to work with it, or if you don't like it, then you can, there's other options, and you can pay for those. There's Telegram, there's Signal.
And I signed up for Telegram, but the thing is, if whatever you use, you have to have somebody else use it too.
Right. Like you have to get people to come over. That's the thing with Facebook groups and places like Mighty Networks, and they have to get people from Facebook to the new place.
Right.
So you gotta constantly come on. We're over here. There's a tidbit over here. Come on over here. You gotta constantly push to that, which is not a problem. It's just that's the hole that Facebook has, and it's just because of the years that it's been available, the popularity, the size. I call Facebook the Death Star because it's so big.
Mm-hmm.
So big. There's so many pieces to it that it's like, okay, what are you guys doing? So, and you see, now they got the super thing. They're trying the new super live stream. They're always trying new things, and then they show it, and then they throw it back, and they pull it back, and they don't know what they want to do. Master of none.
And Dr. Tachi, that's a segue for you.
What? Speaking of master,
the master of none.
That's a good. Wow. So speaking of master of none, no, I have no Facebook stories. But anyway, welcome. We actually did not do Videoscope on Wednesday. We did a pop-up yesterday where I talked all about podcasting and getting into podcasting. So it was a really great informative session. But I do have some stories of late, so I'd love to share them with you today. Let's talk a little bit about Hamilton, one of my favorite things. Still have not seen the show itself. Have any of you seen Hamilton?
I saw it on Disney.
Okay, yes. I saw it on Disney too, but I count seeing it as seeing it in person for me.
Okay.
No, I saw it on Disney, but I didn't even finish it.
Okay, I'm with you, TJ. I was like, okay, so that's it. Okay,
it was long. I was waiting, and it was just so long. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get back to it, and I forgot.
I saw the whole
in
thing.
person. You saw what on Disney or in person?
I saw it on Disney, and I loved it. I saw
I
the
loved
whole
it
thing.
too. I don't know. I paused it or something and something it
And
just
fell
okay, never mind.
asleep.
Yes, I fell
No, I didn't go
asleep.
to sleep.
So
I loved it. I
Okay.
just was gonna come back to it and forgot.
I think I would have done better in person.
Mhm.
Yeah, because you can't
I
leave.
think it is really difficult to. We're talking about musicals, right? It is
Right.
really difficult to realize the vision of producers of a musical on the big screen because it's two different types of audiences. Audiences who go to see musicals and go to see live shows like that are a different audience than those who go to the movies. There can be overlap, but they tend to be different. So I think it's an uphill battle to get audiences to understand and to, because the participation is not there when you're watching it from Disney. It's
Yeah, the different energy.
see it on Broadway.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's probably where the disconnect may have been for some of you. But Carolina enjoyed it. And
Yes,
apparently, so did a church in Texas. They enjoyed it so much that they decided to do a performance of it and they live streamed it. So the Door Christian Fellowship Ministries in McAllen, Texas, performed the musical last weekend. And the performances included one that was live streamed and published online, but the video is now removed, according to NBC Out, and featured unauthorized changes to the script and has been criticized for making statements made by the church's pastor in a post-show sermon. So
what?
They have a very interesting view on a few things. I'm sure you can. So what they've done is they've just changed it to fit there. You can't do that. You cannot do that. Anybody who knows anything about Broadway shows, these things are licensed. Even if you're
I was going to say, don't you have to buy the script and all of that?
You have to license it. You can't just put it on because God forbid somebody finds out you're doing this. Yeah, you could be sued.
Yes.
So apparently this happened, and Lin-Manuel Miranda responded publicly. Production was highly criticized, by the way. So we gave a brief statement after this happened, and it featured, as I said, the unauthorized changes. Miranda said in a tweet, "Grateful to all of you who reached out about this illegal, unauthorized production. Now lawyers do their work." And that was responded to a statement by Dramatists Guild over the Southern Church's use of copyrighted material. And Miranda said, "I'm always grateful to the Dramatists Guild who have the backs of writers everywhere, be it your first play or your 50th. So the statement from the Dramatists Guild not only condemned the McAllen Church's reproduction of the musical without a license, but its decision to do so with changed lyrics and added text without permission. They say, "We uphold the Door McAllen Church's brazen infringement. We hold up the Door McAllen Church's brazen infringement to shine a light on the problematic pattern of some theatrical organizations performing authors' works without a license and rewriting the text without authorial consent. No organizational, professional, amateur, or religious is exempt from these laws." So they're basically saying not even you are exempt from these just because you're a church. So whether you're a student that just wrote a first play or Lin-Manuel Miranda, you can't do it without, anything without permission. And it's never okay to change the words, lyrics, or notes without their express consent. This is what they say. This church performed the musical twice on August 5th and again on August 6th, which was last week, with the first one being live streamed. So they proceeded under the guidance that no photos or videos be taken. It wasn't posted online, and the church stopped performing the production. That was for the second one, the Sunday performance. So the clips of the show have scenes that are not in the original. I'm sorry, not in the original musical. And then the characters make references to confessing and repenting to the quote Lord and Savior within the show. That's not what happened.
Okay, can I gotta say something real quick.
Please.
So somebody turned it on Disney Plus and sat down and wrote everything that was said down and decided to put it on and then change some of the words. Why don't, if you got time to do that, make your own play, your own religious play. People do it all the time. Why do they think they could just, okay, we'll watch Hamilton and watch and write everything down and recreate it? Who does that?
Facebook.
Under the authority of God.
Facebook does that.
Yeah, Facebook does that too. But the thing is, I think this is an important lesson. Just because you're a church and you think you're doing things under the authority of God doesn't give you the right to break the law and to do things illegally. That's somebody's IP that you're playing with.
Copyright.
So because it's a church, you can't do that. And then you change things.
Copyright.
This is what they did. They suggest while the post-show sermon. So apparently they do the show, and then there's a sermon afterwards. So they suggested that being gay is a sin, and that something an individual may quote struggle with, along with substance addiction, broken marriages, or poor finances. So they took this and turned it into basically a Christian sideshow. If you're talking about, if you want to say that. So Lopez, who's the pastor of the church, in one of the videos says he's known exactly what you've gone through. You've gone through broken marriages, maybe. Maybe you struggle with alcohol, addiction, with homosexuality. Maybe you struggle with other things in your life, your finances, or whatever relationship. God can help you tonight. He wants to forgive you for your sins. And this is what I don't like. The fact that you took somebody else's work, hard work, I'm sure the Bible doesn't say do that. Took somebody else's hard work and then used it as an opportunity to push your agenda.
Yeah, so how do they tie that to Hamilton? Here's the Hamilton production, and then now we're going to go into this fire and brimstone. The two things don't tie together, Mr. Pastor.
Exactly.
You're supposed take a text from the Bible and then go into your fiery brimstone, whatever thing that you want to go into. Not Hamilton.
Exactly. So now, of course, they're answering to allegations of being, anti-LGBTQ plus. The pastor is saying that everyone is always welcome here. So, but the thing is, you wouldn't even have to do that. No, which stand on your convictions now. The thing is, everybody wants to roll back when they're caught. Look at and this is a lesson. When we look at social media, when we look at things that people have said, everybody, when they put things out in media, they want to recant now. But you'll put stuff on social media, right, and talk about it. But once you get called out on it, you then want to backslide and recant, and now you want to repent. No, but use that same energy that you had when you were calling these things out. So I don't like that you've used this and use the church, right, as a ground to do these things. So let it be a lesson to those of you, to a lot of you. You cannot just use copyrighted IP for your own agenda, and you cannot use copyrighted IP unless you get a license for it.
Yep, exactly. Copyright 101.
So that's what Manuel was dealing with, and the lawyers will deal with it further. So it makes you think about IP in a whole new light. And, this is the thing. I keep telling people this as well. When it comes to, same thing with Terry, I'm sure you're saying this too. When it comes to posting music and things online, things that you do not own, and you think that you have a license because you put a little raggedy, I do not own the rights to this music underneath your post.
That doesn't absolve you of anything. No. The lawyers will still sue you. That doesn't matter.
Yeah. Exactly. You've just given them more, you've armed them with more information against you because you're admitting that you don't own the rights. So that's an admission of guilt right there.
Yeah, you just stuck your foot in it. Instead of just posting it and not saying anything, you just stuck your foot in it and said, yeah, I did that. I did that.
And then want to get mad when their videos and things get taken down or sound gets removed. Well, you don't own it, and you know that. So it's that same type of thing. The fact that because things exist, that you have a right to them.
Yeah.
You don't. Even if with music, even if you bought the album, right?
Yeah.
You bought the album, you downloaded the song, and you paid $1.99 or whatever for it. You still don't own it. You
Right.
don't own the rights to it. You own a copy of that at the pleasure and discretion of the artist, the record company.
Right. For personal use. For personal use in your home or in your phone or personal use.
Exactly. All of it is for personal use. You do not own it. So I think we all have to be a little more cognizant of that if you want to stay out of trouble. Right, Texas Church?
Wow. That's something.
So, yeah. So let's keep going. Some really cool news. Are any of you fans of Abbott Elementary, or have you watched it yet?
I've seen it. I've seen it. It's funny. I've seen it. Also on Hulu.
It's on my list to watch. Because we were talking earlier today about broadcast, watching broadcast TV. So
it's on Hulu. It's funny.
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard it's really funny. It's one of the freshest things to come out in a while, and people are really, really enjoying it. They've been nominated for. Did they win?
I'm not sure.
No, the nominations just came out, so they've been nominated for a bunch of different Emmys, and so we'll see what happens when the Emmy Awards come around this winter. But Quinta Brunson, who is the creator and star of this, well, they notice when you do all sorts of things well. So now she has inked an overall deal with Warner Brothers TV. Good for you, Quinta Brunson. And this extends her relationship with Warner Brothers Television Group. She signed a multiple-year overall deal with the studio that produces the show alongside Disney's 20th television. So under this exclusive pact, Brunson's first, which is her first deal, she is going to, and she was nominated for an Emmy too, by the way, and she is going to create new projects for multiple platforms for the studio. And she says this: I'm excited to expand my long-running creative partnership with Warner Brothers. And she said this just yesterday. With Abbott as our anchor, I look forward to what we create next. So actually, she's been writing and doing things with Warner back since 2018, when she was cast in a pilot for the CW called The End of the World as We Know It. That was her first collaboration with writers Justin Halpern and Patrick Schumacher, who reunited to executive produce Abbott Elementary. So this duo also oversees HBO Max's Harley Quinn, and they have their own overall duo with the studio. So this is actually working out quite nicely. Warner Brothers TV Group Chairman Channing Dungey says this: Quinta Brunson is a tour de force and a powerhouse talent, and we are beyond thrilled to be continuing our partnership with her through this new overall deal. They have been nominated at Abbott Elementary for 7 Emmy nominations, including for Brunson. And if you have not watched season 1, go ahead and do it, because season 2 returns next month on September 21st on ABC. Congrats to Quinta Brunson. Nothing but great things are ahead for you. I'm really excited for her. We there?
Yeah, we're still here.
Okay, all right, okay. So, just making sure. Let's talk a little bit about
here. I said we're here.
Okay, all right. So, TikTok, just a little bit about TikTok. They're hiring. If you want to know what's happening in the media industries, look at the hiring boards. That lets you know a direction that a company is going in. So TikTok is actually looking to hire AI music making and machine learning. So according to a number of job ads that have been spotted by music business worldwide, TikTok and their parent company ByteDance are hiring for quite a number of highly skilled specialists on machine learning and AI music creation, both in the US and in China. So TikTok, in case you didn't know, they in 2019 acquired the AI music startup Jukedeck. So it seems like because of this, they are now doubling down on their AI-powered music-making ambitions. There's a label, there's something coming. AI, not just AI, but TikTok is really seriously looking to get into the music game. I've talked about this in the past, but again, looking at these job boards lets you know the direction they're trying to go in. And again, they started as Musical.ly. They were Musical.ly to begin with.
Yeah.
So that lets you know that they always had music top of mind. What determines that the direction that a platform often goes in can be users, what the user experience is and what they do with it. But they always started off with music and subsequently dance. So if you're wondering the direction they're going in, AI-powered music. Think about it. All right. Apple is apparently funding podcasts that they could turn into TV shows one day. Does this not make sense for them? They've already had Apple Podcasts, formerly iTunes, for a long time. They are currently the number one place and way that people listen to podcasts. When you think about podcasting, people are always like, oh, well, I need to get it on Apple Podcasts. That's the first thing that people usually think about. Smaller podcasting outlets draw the RSS feeds often from Apple Podcasts. So sometimes if you have a podcast and you're like, I'm on Pocket Cast, it's because they drew from Apple Podcasts. So I'm not surprised because now they have Apple TV Plus, which they need to fill up with content. Lord knows they do. So they reportedly signed a deal with podcast producer Futuro Studios to help it fund the development and production of future podcasts. So this is according to The Verge and Bloomberg. So in return for the Futuro deal, Apple gets first refusal on the rights to turn any resulting podcasts into a film or TV show. It has already produced TV shows based on the podcast We Crash and The Shrink Next Door. So obviously, if you've not been watching, long-form podcasts have really become a rich source of inspiration for TV shows, especially because streaming services are desperate for original content because there are too many of you, but I'll be quiet. So Hulu's The Dropout was actually based on an ABC News podcast of the same name. And the streaming services also adapting podcasts of the podcast Wind of Change into a TV show as well. So know this, Apple is about podcasts. They're also looking to populate their streaming platform. So they're looking to produce podcasts that are going to be, quote, streaming TV worthy. So look for more of that. Don't be surprised if you hear a lot more of that happening. And not just with Apple TV, but across the board. Don't be surprised if you somehow hear Spotify wanting to do the same thing, because, you know, it's a competition. All right. So Disney, your favorite, now has more total streaming subscriptions than Netflix does. Did you hear what I said?
Yep.
Yeah.
Disney now has more total streaming subscriptions than Netflix, but Disney generates much lower per subscription revenue for now. So this is coming out of Disney's quarterly results on Wednesday, and it's a notable milestone for them and one that Netflix should be scared of. So at first glance, it makes it look like Disney is now just ahead of Netflix, which ended quarter two with 220.7 million paid subscribers. Now, what I don't understand is where this point something is coming from. How can you be point something of a subscriber? But again, you know, statistics is not my big thing. So it is what it is. So, but the value of those subscriber bases is actually different. So, for example, domestically, Disney Plus generated about 39% as much revenue per subscriber as Netflix did for the second quarter. A measure referred to in the finance world as ARPU, or ARPU, which is average revenue per user. And overseas, it's even starker contrast. Disney Plus Hotstar, which is available in India and other Southeast Asian countries, represents about 38% of the overall Disney Plus consumer base in those countries. And they had an ARPU of 1.20 they do have more subscribers. They make less per subscriber. So it feels like it evens out. More subscribers, but you make less per subscriber. So your revenue is going to be about the same. So interesting, but so Netflix, you cannot rest. There is no rest for the weary. You must be on your grind at all times because Disney is trying to unseat you.
Yep.
All right.
They're coming.
They're coming for you, and they are coming for you with boots on. I don't know why I said boots, but they are coming for you with boots on. So let's talk really quickly, because I have just a little bit left. Oh, we got to talk about Chicken Soup for the Soul. Remember, I told you about 2 months ago that Chicken Soup for the Soul has we're purchasing Redbox. They now closed on that purchase. Oh, maybe I didn't talk about it here, but yeah, Chicken Soup for the Soul Productions purchased Redbox, right? So Redbox lost $141 million in revenue in 2021. I can guess that it's because of streaming. To go to Redbox, you have to go to a Redbox. So in lieu of that, you could just stream things and not worry. But they're expecting their revenue to triple to $500 million under their new parent company, Chicken Soup for the Soul.
Okay. But do you still have to go and buy an actual DVD?
You mean for the Redbox?
Yeah, I mean, why would we buy Redbox?
Well, so here's my postulation. I'm thinking that they bought Redbox. So Chicken Soup for the Soul Entertainment, they own a bunch of different properties. I'm trying to remember. They own a streamer already. So what I'm thinking is that they're looking to really add that to the repertoire. Maybe they would do away with DVDs altogether. I don't know. Maybe, and that would probably become a much smaller part of it, of their business model. So I don't know, but they're definitely going to have to make some changes to Redbox as it is for it to become a viable $500 million. So we're gained by that. So anyway, they've officially closed. It has gone through. So now all we have to do is watch and wait and eat some chicken soup as we see what's going to happen with Redbox. So, in case you didn't know, if you're a fan of Tubi TV and you live in Latin America, or you're a fan of Tubi TV and you saw it here, then you said, well, I wish I had it at home in Ecuador. Now you can, because the streaming service has entered Costa Rica, Ecuador, El Salvador, Guatemala, and Panama. So, in those 5 South American countries, Latin American countries, because Panama is now technically South America, nor is El Salvador, you will be able to pick up Tubi. They've actually been doing business in Mexico since 2020, and the Latin American market is huge. So just know that you're going to be able to watch that in Latin America very soon. All right. YouTube is the most popular social media among teens, if we haven't guessed, followed by TikTok. So you would have thought that TikTok would have been first, but no, YouTube is first. And 35% said that they are using at least one app or site almost constantly. So this is according to the Pew Research Center. Go ahead, sorry.
No, go ahead.
This is according to the Pew Research Center. A whopping 95% of kids 13 to 17 say they use YouTube, and 19% say they use YouTube almost constantly. So Pew compared this to media usage of teens in 2022 to 7 years ago. So after YouTube, TikTok is the second most popular of this group, with 67% of 13 to 17-year-olds saying they use it. And on top of that, 16% say they use TikTok almost constantly. In 2014 and 2015, Pew found that 71% of teens used Facebook. What? Hey, look at this. The new survey found that 32% use it in 2022. Down, what is that, 40-something percent, 41%. That's a big drop. Why do you think your friend Zuckerberg is trying so hard to do, like you were talking about, Terry? They're really trying hard because they have lost lost a lot of market share amongst teens.
And they know it. They've known it for years. They've known it.
They have known it for years and
They know
chose
it.
nothing because they thought they would always be number one. This is why Netflix, I'm saying as a friend, that you need to pay attention to what Disney is doing, because you think you will be on top forever. Somebody is always waiting to unseat you, so think about it. So in 2022, the vast majority of teens, 55%, say they spent the right amount of time on social media apps and sites, but 54% say that it would be somewhat hard to give up. So we see how addicted teens are. Not just teens, everybody. So this is really interesting. And if you're interested, you could go to CBS News or just go to the Pew study that, what is the name of it? I'm trying to look and see the exact name. I think it is, you can look it up, and it is a social media use survey. And it's their latest one. So take a look at that if you are interested. And that actually is, one last thing to let you know. So as we know, vintage tech has a lot to do with shaping what we have now because of nostalgia, right? So we have a lot of things that are coming on the horizon, and I know I'm talking about media, but I'm leading into something media by talking about this tech. So vinyl is no secret that vinyl has made a resurgence in this past decade. So the analog medium has seen an 18.5% year-over-year increase in sales in 2020 alone. And because there's this renewed interest in vinyl for some reason. And it's not just exclusive to hipsters, it's music lovers in general. They're choosing to spin LPs and 45s instead of Bluetoothing music. And a lot of it has to do with the sound quality. There is an evenness in depth that you get when you are listening to a record. Not that it doesn't sound great to be all teched up, but there's something that is lost with when you're not listening to it on vinyl. And I think music aficionados know that. And so this is why there's a resurgence in this. So I said that to say, and this is according to Tech Today, or Innovator Tech Today. Now, I said this to say that, Terry, you may be interested in this, because my final thing is that the Brooklyn Public Library is now letting you borrow hundreds of vinyl records. Yes, you can now borrow vinyl from the Brooklyn Public Library. So if you are interested in this is really cool, because on Tuesday, they opened the Vinyl Lending Library, and it gives you access to 400 records. And librarians at the Brooklyn Library actually curated the titles, and they go the gamut from classical to hip hop to rock, country, and show tunes. So it took about a year to bring this selection to life, and patrons can browse these through the new listening stations on the first floor before you check them out with your library cards. And they can be on loan for up to 3 weeks. Wow, you don't even have to go back at the end of the week. That's kind of cool. So Brooklyn Public Library already lets visitors borrow musical instruments like violins and ukuleles and sheet music for up to a month. So now you've got access to vinyl records. See, only in New York. This is awesome. So in line with this vision, they're also lining up programs to introduce patrons to audio production, DJing, sampling, and music coding. So to kickstart this project, the Brooklyn Public Library is going to host August lunch beats at the central lobby, where employees will spin records at noon every Thursday. So in addition to that, DJ Bass Control will head a jamming session on Tuesday, August 30th. Good for you. I've always loved the New York Public Library system because they just do such wonderful things. And so if you are a Brooklynite and you are into a vinyl, you can now check out vinyl records. And that's what I have.
Cool.
It might be nice for Christmas, people getting record players again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just even if it's the one where it folds the top down and you put
Yeah.
like a little suitcase,
Yeah.
something to play your 45s or what have you, not necessarily the big stereo furniture that we used to have where you
Yeah, the big wooden pieces of furniture
yeah, but
that
it
were
might
this
be nice.
big.
Yes, it was the size of a couch or
Yeah, it was like a
credenza.
console. Yeah, credenza.
I love those though. They had such a cool mid-century look. Like my dad, we had one when we were little, and when my dad moved back to Nigeria, he took it with him. So of course, when we would go, you would see, but it had such a cool mid-century look. So guess what? I can see those pieces of furniture coming back too for people that are mid-century modern.
Yep. And playing the record instead of, you know, scrolling and clicking on your device. Now you know what would be real nice if you had that record player type situation and can play it through your speakers, the like your Alexis or Siri speakers.
You probably can. I'm sure there is some sort of plugin that allows you to do that. If you buy one of the more modern record players, they are enabled with USB and all sorts of things that allow you to do things like that. Probably some have Wi-Fi access and are wireless so that you can wirelessly connect to the speakers. So you just have to check out what's available.
I think that's excellent. You know, that would be a really unique gift of a record player. You know what I mean? Just nice. Well,
yeah.
I
gave our mother one probably like 5 years ago for Christmas.
Now that's unique. Well, this has been Tech Life Weekly with the Tech Divas, and we want to thank Dr. Tachi and TJ all the way from the East Coast. And we just want to say thank you, Terralina, and then Miss Harmony, helping us out on the on our days.
Hi.
And we'll be back on Monday. We want to thank you for tuning in. Take this information, apply it to anywhere in your life to make better decisions for whatever you've got going on. We appreciate your time. Looking forward to talking to you on Monday. And Terry, with that, do you have anything you want to add?
I just want to remind everybody that we do have workshops coming up every Thursday, and that we'd love for them to come join our community over at BizChicks.net. You can get into the heart community, and also that we have a conference coming up.
So join us on BizChicks.net, and we will see you. It's okay for you to make money in your business, and be sure to go to the front of your own line. We will see you.